Hi everyone. As you can tell, I am not in my usual spot. I'm not even in my own bathroom. So I am talking to you from the Town Place Suites in Oxford, Mississippi. I've got a lot of stuff to catch you up on, but before I get any further, I should state that I am filming this on my iPhone and I don't have any editing software with me. I wasn't actually planning on filming any videos while I was here. So I'm doing this all in one take. This might be an hour-long video, I don't know. I have a lot to tell you and I'm gonna do my makeup while I do it. So let's just get started. And I will list everything that I'm using down in the description box in the order in which I use it, all the things. So I'm in Oxford, Mississippi, unplanned. Actually, I was supposed to be here next week. The plan was we are gonna drive out here this coming Tuesday with Rowdy because the boys missed their dogs. We were gonna come to Mississippi, hang out with Shane for a few days, let him play with Rowdy, and then we were gonna drive over to Houston on the way home, spend part of a day with Jake on Saturday, and then get home Saturday afternoon. Well, that plan changed when we got a phone call from Shane late Monday evening. He had been dealing with a cold that wasn't going away. He had gone to a clinic, 2 different clinics, twice, once earlier in the week and then once actually just that day. He had been COVID tested. He had gotten the test for flu, strep, everything came up negative. So they figured it was just a cold and just deal with it and it'll go away. Well, Monday night, about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, he called us and said, I am in excruciating pain. I can't breathe. It hurts to take a breath. And, you know, I haven't really, as my kids have gotten older, I've kind of pulled away from sharing much about their lives. They're, you know, adults now and they have their own lives and they don't need it on blast for 100,000 people to know about. But for those of you that don't know, Shane has ulcerative colitis and he is on a couple of very strong immunosuppressants for his condition. I'm not going to get into what he's taking and all that, that's HIPAA. But needless to say, they're both immunosuppressants and that means that he is susceptible to getting sick. And he's particularly susceptible to upper respiratory illnesses. So that coupled with the fact that he's in excruciating pain, we're like, get to the ER. So thankfully his girlfriend took him to the ER and we just really didn't know what to expect. I got a call at midnight from a very nice doctor in the hospital saying, sorry, I'm looking for, oh, there it is, saying we're admitting your son. He has what we suspect is bacterial pneumonia, showed up on the chest x-ray and the CT scan, no blood clots, no pulmonary embolisms, but lower left lobe is full of fluid. We're like, oh my God, you know, I mean, we live in San Antonio. It is a 12-hour drive to get to Shane. Yes, we could get on a flight first thing in the morning. Flights aren't what they normally are. There's far less of them. And even in the most ideal situation, it's about 4 hours just to get to Memphis. And then it's an hour drive from there to Oxford. Plus we can't just get in the car and go. We have 3 dogs. So we have to figure out what to do with them. Long story short, first plane we could get on was 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. Thank God the hospital let his girlfriend sleep in the room with him so he wasn't alone. We have friends in Oxford that could check in on him. His house mom was awake at midnight. So we had people on the ground here in Oxford, but it's your baby. And I don't care if they're 5, 20, or probably 50. When you get a call that your kid is in the hospital, you're gonna go. At least, I mean, I can't contemplate not going. So anyway, we didn't actually get into Oxford we went straight to the hospital until 5 p.m. or actually closer to 6 Tuesday. The good news is he was already doing so much better. I'm debating on what to, I still have that bruise. Let's time out from the story. I picked this up at Dollar General today. Let's see if this works. This would have worked maybe last week, but it's starting to turn more red and I probably should have put it on before I put on the concealer. This is probably a fail. Let's just ignore that. This is the medium deep concealer from Believe Beauty that you get at Dollar General. And when this bruise was originally purple, now it's more red, this would have worked great, but I should have put it on under my foundation and concealer. So we'll just save that for another day. I'll use the brighter shade in the MAC palette. Anyway, the good news is they admitted him to the hospital for a couple of reasons. One, because he has pneumonia. I mean, that's not, you don't want to mess around with it. But so he needed IV antibiotics to hasten the recovery. But he also, because of his ulcerative colitis, it's pretty dangerous for him to take antibiotics because kind of messed that up a little bit. Oh well. Because the antibiotics, the really powerful ones that'll kill the pneumonia bacteria, will also destroy his gut health and could make his ulcerative colitis flare up and could also cause him to go back to the hospital. So it was a major concern. So they wanted to keep him under observation just to make sure that was all good. So by the time we got there Tuesday, he'd been on the antibiotics not even 24 hours and was like 80% better. But they were not comfortable releasing him until 2 nights in the hospital, mostly just to keep an eye on him. So here we are. So the whole point, and he's home now. So that was Tuesday night. He was discharged Wednesday morning, and I'm filming this Thursday afternoon, like almost 5 o'clock. So why am I here? Why am I making a video when I should be taking care of my kid or, just doing family stuff? Well, one reason was I wanted to share what I packed to take with me when I was packing at 2 o'clock in the morning and having a complete anxiety attack. Like, I have what I would say is situational anxiety. To be fair, who doesn't? And so I'm never really stressed out. Not too many things make me anxious. But when I do get anxious, my whole body just kind of goes into this weird panic mode. And this may be a little TMI, but my body's way of dealing with extreme anxiety is to just expel all fluids. Thankfully I didn't vomit this time, but normally it's just a runny nose, like I've never seen anything like it, and then the other end of me too. So that was what's going on. 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying to pack, and I'm sure your next question is, why are you even thinking about makeup when you're rushing to your kid's bedside? Because I did not want him to freak out and get worried that it was worse than it was, or even if it was worse. I didn't want him to freak out and see his mother freaked out. I wanted him to see as a normal me as possible to reassure him that he will be fine, everything's gonna be fine. That was my thought process. And he is fine. He is home. He now he started his oral antibiotics. We're gonna stick around for a few days just to make sure that those don't kick him into the hospital again. But I don't need to be standing there babysitting him. He has things to do. He's trying to catch up with his coursework. So, he does still kind of nap during the day a little bit. So we are, as he's recovering. So he doesn't need us 24/7. So I would bring him breakfast. We ran some errands for him, picked up some things, brought him lunch, hung out with him for a little while, got some fresh air, sat outside with him for a little bit. And then he wants to just rest for a little. His girlfriend's there. So we're like, we'll see you later. So I have some downtime. So I was like, well, let's do a video. So here I am. So I just kind of wanted to share. I'm not so vain that I'm like, oh my God, I have to look good while my kid's in the hospital. It was more like, I just want him to be reassured that he's going to be okay. I'm looking at the bathroom mirror over there. So I'm going to list all the things. And as it turns out, he is doing exceptionally well. He bounced back very quickly, to be 20 years old and in relatively good health other than a chronic disease. So now, in addition to just sticking around to make sure he's okay, we're kind of doing our visit as planned without the dog. So today I ran and there's other news. So Shane had been asking for a cat since last year, and we're not cruel. We're not like no just to say no, but no, because you don't have a job. So who's paying for this cat? Me? And it's not that I can't afford it. I could afford lots of cats or dogs, but that's not the point. If he's going to be responsible for another creature, then he should be truly responsible and not playing house with his mom and dad's money. Well, now he has an internship starting in May, so he will be making money. And cats are actually pretty inexpensive, at least compared to my knowledge of dogs. So anyway, we had said absolutely not, you're not getting an animal. And then for other reasons, like most of the time he obviously doesn't live at home in Texas, but when he does get home, what the hell is he gonna do with a cat? Because Rowdy's gonna eat it, I think. And if he doesn't, the Westies are gonna go for it. And secondly, shoot, I left my powder that I normally use in my bag out there. I don't wanna walk away from you guys. I'll just use this. I'll just be a little shinier. I'm using the number 7 Lift and Illuminate, or what is this? Yeah, Lift and Illuminate. And it's illuminating, but it's fine. I also have the Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Blurring Powder that's been really good. I just kind of tap it over there. Maybe I'll take you with me when we'll see. Anyway, I'm babbling. This is why I edit videos. Isn't this fascinating to see me in my non-edited form? Anyway, where was I? Okay, the cat. So we had basically said no, because you're not playing house with our money. Well, in true Shane fashion, he waited until he had to tell us he was admitted to the hospital to drop that bomb on us. So I guess he figured we wouldn't be mad. At that point, we would just be glad that he's okay. I don't know what he was gonna do when we showed up this coming week with a dog, but now we'll never know. The other reason we said no is because when he comes home, often the dogs go in and out, like we leave the back door open, and we live back up to like a 150-acre wilderness area, and there's hawks and there's owls and coyotes and predators. And if the cat got out, that's the end of the cat. Well, we're just gonna have to figure stuff out. I'm not gonna get into the logistics. We have figured it out because he will come home to visit for a little while anyway. He is planning on staying in Oxford for the summer, but he may come home for a week or so in between spring and summer session. We'll see. And we figured out how to gate off the upstairs and keep the cat up there. All right, so I have a granddaughter in true Shane fashion. He goes, I got a girl, you always said you wanted a granddaughter. I was like, not a furry one, but at least it's not a human, so we're good there. So we've been helping him, once Michael and I accepted the cat, we're not cat people. I don't hate cats. I like cats just fine. They're just not dogs. Like you call it just looks at you. Like with his blank stare. It's weird. Also, what kind of hellish creature, it's okay to you're petting it, it's sweet, you're holding it, and then when it decides it's done, it just bites you or swipes at you with a claw. Like if a dog did that? Okay, anyway, cats are just weird, but they are also fascinating and they're really fun to watch. I think it's because they're so still close, tied into their wildness. They don't seem to be as domesticated as dogs. I don't know. They're just not. This one is not particularly cuddly, although she adores Shane. She's definitely his cat. He gets up from the couch, she follows him wherever he goes. She also does play fetch, so that's kind of cool. All right, where am I here? Okay, brows. So what happened to my brows? Okay, this is weird. Where's my brow pencil? This is very weird. And I can't stop the camera to go look for it. Oh, I put it in my makeup stuff. Okay, so where was I? So we have some downtime. So I figured, well, when we left, I didn't have anything pre-filmed or loaded for Sunday or Tuesday. And I still won't have a Tuesday video, but that's okay. I just thought I'd kind of share with you. These are the products that at 2 o'clock in the morning, when you're not even really thinking rationally, these are the things you throw into your makeup case. Also, because this was the first time I've gotten on a plane since before the pandemic. The last time I was on a plane was February 2020 on our way home from Savannah. And then the world changed. And I gotta tell you, it's not that bad. It's really not any different. A little annoyed that they continued the mask mandate on planes because we're flying home on the 18th, and if they had rescinded it, I wouldn't have had to wear the mask. And I don't want the mask people coming for me, but here's why I think this is stupid to have a mask mandate on a plane. We all have to wear a mask until they hand out the pretzels and drinks, and then everyone can take their masks off. So what, do the germs just magically disappear while we're all eating and drinking, and then that is just the inconsistency of it. Makes no sense. Either we need to wear masks and they just need to stay on the whole time we're on the plane, and then they never come off and we have no food or drink service, or there's no masks. The halfway is the part that makes me crazy. There's no logic. There's no I like things that make sense. So anyway, other than having to wear the mask, everything else is the same. There's no social distancing. There's nothing, like the gates are all crowded. Everybody's sitting on top of each other. I was kind of hoping some of that would have changed. No. You know what I did forget? I did buy new, I forgot to pack brow gel. And I think it's just outside the bathroom door. Up until today, I had some hairspray with me. And so I always keep hairspray in my travel hair bag. It's the Aveda Control Force, because usually it's because we're going somewhere humid. So I was just spraying it on my spoolie. But I did want to show you this new color I got. Where did I put it? If you were... Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking so you know I haven't left. But I'm trying to figure out what I did with my... I'm really annoyed with myself that I didn't look for this before. Oh, I think I stuck it in here. This was my liquid bag on the plane. This is a John Hart makeup bag. I put the box in here. Where did I put the actual other things I brought with me? This is the best lip gloss in the world, Westman Atelier. It's very balmy. This lipstick crayon, it's from Laura Mercier, and the color is Jolie. The problem is it's matte and it is drying out my lips. Okay, honestly, Marnie, we're just gonna probably, wait, let me skip it. I only brought this tote bag as my purse because I just thought I wasn't gonna need anything else, but as it turns out, oh, here it is. I could have used a smaller crossbody because I thought we were just gonna be in the hospital or just camped in Shane's apartment, but as it turns out, luckily, he's doing much better. So anyway, we stopped at Walmart. I think I've only been there once this visit. Been to Kroger like 4 times. The Thick It Stick It, but instead of the taupe, I got it in Cool Blonde, and I like it. So, do you like me as I babble? Could you imagine hanging out with me in real life? I would make you crazy. I just got gel on my eyebrow. Hang on. Okay, so all that's left. This was the eyeshadow palette I packed. It's the M Cosmetics Rodin palette. It's just easy. I don't have to think about it, which is definitely something. So I'm using this color. Something you want when you're packing in a hurry. Also, I haven't had to pack light in years. The advantage of traveling via car is you can just load that sucker up. But anyway, I'm really thrilled beyond, you can't even, I mean, I'm sure some of you can't imagine how relieved we were. I've never been so happy in my life to see that boy and hug him. And I could tell he was really happy to see us. Like, he usually tries to play it cool, but I could tell he was very happy. And I don't talk about religion as far as, like, I'll talk about our traditions and stuff, but I don't talk about prayer or any of that stuff too much because I feel like that's a very personal thing. But when I shared it on Instagram and in the comments of the video that went up on Friday, what was going on, the amount of well wishes, prayers, you can feel it. I don't care what anybody says. You can feel that. I don't know if it's love, good wish, whatever you want to feel. I feel like that made such a positive impact. Do I feel like it changed the course of Shane's progression? Probably not. But that positivity definitely was felt by all of us in the family. And thank you. Thank you for all of that. And it is scary when you're so far away. So if you ever need an argument for why you don't want to send your kid far away for school, at least let them be available by a direct flight. That was the hard part. Anyway, we were supposed to get our new stovetop installed Saturday. Obviously that's not happening. Or as you're saying this, it didn't happen. Luckily we were able to easily reschedule on an app, but it's now not going to happen until later in May, and that's fine. I have a stovetop that works, so it's not like I can't cook if I need to, though that would be a great excuse. Wait, I need to blend a little. We were able to get our dogs into the kennel. We have an amazing kennel where we leave our dogs. They're just fantastic. So you know, everything, knock on wood, worked out. That, you know, obviously I work for myself, so my work schedule is flexible. I did have some collabs, but thankfully the Nordstrom video that went up Friday is the only thing that was really on my immediate calendar, and I was almost done editing it. So I was literally uploading that at like 2:30 a.m. on, I guess that was technically Tuesday morning, so that it would just be up and I could send that in. I'm sure if I reached out to Nordstrom, they would have been fine with the delay. They're really good people to work with, but I didn't. I just wanted it done. I did bring waterproof mascara. I wasn't sure if I was going to be bawling my eyes out. I didn't think that it would be because I was sad. I just thought I was going to probably cry with relief when I saw him. I actually didn't. I was kind of surprised. I think I just saw that he was actually doing a lot better. He wasn't even really coughing. By the time we got to him, when I talked to him on the phone Monday night, it was bad. Like, he could barely finish a sentence. So, and if you follow me on stories, you saw, I can't insert them here because I don't know how to, I can't edit it here, but if you follow me on stories, you would have seen the pictures of the hospital. It looks like a Ritz-Carlton lobby in there. It's the most beautiful hospital I've ever seen in my life. And the patient rooms were incredible as well. But even more importantly, the staff was amazing. The doctors, all the nurse, everybody. Even down to housekeeping. Like when the housekeeping would come in to sweep his room or something, just so lovely to talk to. And it's like everybody's just on the same team. It's kind of amazing. So thank you to Baptist Memorial in Oxford for taking such good care of our son. Not that they're watching, but it was exceptional. I think I got mascara on my eyes, but I don't care. Okay, so that's it. I think I've covered the saga of Shane's, you know, oh, and if there's ever a reason to have your kids sign a medical directive giving you power of attorney for healthcare decisions, that's why. Like, Shane obviously had enough thought to saying, as soon as he was checking in, saying, my parents have power of attorney, they have the medical directives, they have them on file, they're to make all my financial decisions, all my medical decisions. So they didn't even ask him they just immediately called us. We handled all the financial stuff over the phone with them when they checked him in. It was kind of amazing. All right. Oh, lipstick I'll do. I've been just using this L'Occitane travel size lip gloss mostly. I'll put on lipstick later. Tonight, I think Shane is just resting. He wants a quiet night. So I think Michael and I are going to go to the Ole Miss softball game. Like, what are we going to do? I mean, we're here and he doesn't need us. So we'll make sure he has some dinner. That was one of the trips to Kroger. I made a matzo ball soup. I did pack the matzo ball soup mix in my suitcase. So he has matzo ball soup and noodles, and heat up some of that, and we'll go catch some Division I softball. I think they're doing really well, and they're playing Florida, who is, I think, ranked number 9. So, and to be honest, I've never been to a softball game, like a real one. So that's it. All right, that is the finished look, minus lipstick. I will have posted this outfit on Instagram by the time this goes live. I just packed comfort and easy, so I'm dressed like a ninja. But you can go over to Instagram and see that. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope this was in some way coherent, entertaining, helpful. Thank you again so much for all your support, all your kind words and your thoughts and your help. So many of you who live in Oxford or near Oxford who reached out to me via DM, offering to come sit with him, giving me advice on who to ask for medical care. Just unbelievable. If there's anything I am proud of in this almost 12 years on the internet, it is the community we have built here together. And if any of us need help, it is amazing who comes forward and offers with no strings attached. So thank you so much. I hope you all are doing well. I will get back to a normal schedule by Friday. And I don't even have to ask for your forgiveness because I know it's not necessary. I know that you guys you get it. So thank you for being here with me. I'm gonna shut up now, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one, which will be Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.